Oi, oi. Welcome to another episode of Rivals on the Pitch podcast, or as I like to call it, No Rivals on the Pitch. Today we're going to be going over match week 8 and we'll go over match week 9. We're going to discuss this week's games and give our predictions as well. And of course, we got to be talking about an important match coming between third place Arsenal and first place Liverpool. Our Rivals on the Pitch rivals match, and it's for bragging rights, and we'll give our combined 11 as well. This should be interesting. And of course, we'll go over our mini league. It's going to be an awesome episode if you're a Spurs fan or a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Well, we can't start Rivals on the Pitch without some banner. So I'm Randy.
And I'm Alan.
And I'm Randy.
You're going to be, because you're going to be a Liverpool fan once we beat you this Sunday.
We'll see. Clip it.
Clip it. Yeah, clip it.
I am ready for this matchup.
I'm prepared. I'm going to say what I need to say, and it's either going to bite me in the ass or I'm going to be having a great episode next week as well.
The whole back.
It sounded like Randy was sitting down all day today in his little notebook, just writing scripts. He's like,
I was.
This is sound perfect.
I was.
That's amazing.
I had to. That's why I had to open up today, because next week could go differently. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket.
I'm just glad I'm in the spot right now where I'm just
sitting back, enjoying.
Sitting back and just seeing what's happening. And
well, we might go after you if you lose to Crystal Palace. Give Crystal Palace your first win.
No.
So right now, you're not really safe.
Break. I get a 2-week break. Don't worry. I am the Masters of Ceremony. I am here to judge.
You're the ref. You're gonna break us up if it gets a little dirty, if it's a little nasty. Dark arts over here.
Red card for Arsenal.
Typical.
So we do have to get to our combined 11. So I think we should skip last week's game. Let's just dive right into next week's game.
We have to stick to the script, stick to the program. It's gonna happen everywhere. Hey, you guys ripped me apart when we lost to Nottingham. Well, now it's Pat's turn.
I'm a Crystal Palace fan. I don't know. I haven't won yet. So
yeah, you are.
Clip it. Oh man, why are we fast forwarding?
Let him speak.
Give me my little 5 minutes of fame.
All right, give us the score line first.
Spurs, of course, disappointed me once again. I had predicted a 3-1, and then I went ahead and I let Randy influence me.
Wow.
All his talk about fatigue after the international break, so I went down to predicting a scoreline of 2-0. And I should have stuck with my guts. I should have known what we were going to come out to do. We ended up hammering the Hammers 4-1 over the weekend. When they went up 1 goal, so seeing them go up 1-0, I was like, Jesus, not this again. I kind of started sweating a little bit. I didn't want to look at our group chat because I knew what was coming. But then I checked and I was like, oh, it's 1-1. Checked again, 2-1. Checked again. It was 4-1. Coming home from work, I was able to watch this game in peace, knowing that we had that victory. It was a good game. Looking back at it, rewatching it, even though they were up 1-0, it didn't feel like it felt like we were going to come back. I don't think we had lost control of that game. I think we had control of it the whole time. That one little lapse of defense. It sucks because, like I said before, we had mentioned Eric Ten Hag, his quote about clean sheets, and we just can't get any clean sheets. And I think that's something that's really we need to work on, because it can cost us a game. It can cost us a draw. So I think that's something that we need to pick up, get better at. Solanke, Brandon, Johnson. I mean, they could have had 2-3 goals before, West Ham scored. Kudos. He's a good player. Mohamed Kudos.
Kudos to Kudos.
Yeah, that was a good pickup by West Ham. But Basuma played great. I think when Basuma has a good game, we tend to have a better control of that midfield, and we're able to play Ange ball the way we want to, recycling those midfield balls, pressing well. Solanke, someone had mentioned, I was listening to another podcast, and they had mentioned, his price tag, how it was, a record signing for us, 80 million euro or 60 something million pounds. But they were saying that his goals might not show the value him. Show it, his price tag and his goal tallies might not match, but it's he does a lot off the field, and he does that type of pressing that I think Ange wants. And he explained it before that Solanke was the one he wanted for a certain reason. That's why we didn't go for Ivan Toney, and it shows. It's showing here, and I think I expected a lot more from West Ham this season. I'm glad this is a good win. It's a good game. And we just got to keep going with this. And I think we can. And here we go, chugging up on the table.
I think West Ham, they have been a little bit of a disappointment. I'm sure at a certain point they're going to start getting a few wins. But the last 2 games against Chelsea, well, not last 2 games, but against Chelsea as well, they were just so bad.
We'll probably talk about it next week or later on this episode, but next week's game is probably important for West Ham.
But if you're West Ham, you got to trust the process, right? You got to hold out.
You don't think they should be expecting more with all the signings that they had a lot of signings this.
Yeah, they should be doing better.
And their coach as well. He's a big name. He coached some big clubs. I expected honestly West Ham to be like the dark horse, to be at least more competitive than what they've shown. I expected good things out of West Ham, honestly, with the coach and the players they got.
It's not only not winning games, but it's also in the fashion that they're losing their games. You know, they're games lost by multiple scores. You know, this isn't the first time. We'll see what happens next week, but I'm excited. This is a good game. This is a really good game. I'm happy, and it should have been like 6-7-1, but hey, you know, we'll take what we got. We'll take it. We'll save some goals for next week. I think we got the most goals scored.
But what does that matter if you're in the mid-table?
Hey, what does it matter if we keep conceding? That's what I was gonna get to, but hopefully we got that's what we gotta fix. It's not over yet though. Here we go. On the way to second place. I think we go to first place.
But yeah, so I guess on to the next game. Aston Villa Fulham was pretty good. I expected Fulham to do better, but
there's only so much Raul Jimenez can do. He scored though, which was great.
Scored again. Do you think this is showing that, you know, Aston Villa finally is solidifying their position in the top 6?
They haven't stepped out of the top 4 yet, I feel like.
Yeah.
And they just won their next Champions League game too, so we'll see how if that starts weighing on them at all, because right now they're top of the league at the Champions League.
Yeah. And they've beaten Bayern Munich. That's a top team. Who was the last who did they play today?
Bologna?
I forget. Bologna. They're they're decent in Italy, but still the competition in Champions League is tough. So to stay undefeated and to be on top and to play well in the Premier League, I mean, it's good so far. But so far they're healthy, which is great. We'll see what happens when they start picking up injuries or anything like that.
Manchester United, Aaron Ten Hag. He gets another week.
Even though at halftime it was Brentford were up, and I was kind of like, ooh, here we go.
The reason I watched Brentford was just to hope they was going to score in the first minute. They were close to scoring in the second, but after that, I mean, they scored in the last minute of the first half, which is great.
In the first minute of extra time.
Yeah, but they were playing well. I mean, they were playing like they were at home, but I don't know what that pep talk Eric de Hagen said, please help me, or something. Yeah. You know, my life's on the line. Yeah.
I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah. I'll give you the day off tomorrow, but please.
They fired Fergie. What do you think they'll do to us?
Yeah. It lit a fire in their ass, and they came out, and they played well.
Yeah, they did. Good for them. Good, nice goals, too.
Yeah.
Garnacho
goal was nice.
First touch, yeah. Brighton, Newcastle 0, Brighton 1. I expected Newcastle to come out with this one. I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we picked Newcastle.
Yeah.
They're playing at home. They should have.
I think we can all agree that all these scores are so wonky, we shouldn't even count them.
No. It's
No, we're getting to the ones that make sense. Yep.
All right, so Leicester come out on top away at Southampton. Southampton still yet to put any win on the board.
But they were up 2-0 though.
Yeah, they were up 2-0.
They were. Speaking of 2-0 leads lost. Everton 2-0, and they come out on top against Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town hasn't won a game yet, right?
No, they haven't.
They're still winless, like Southampton.
Yeah.
So what are the 4 teams? It's Ipswich, Southampton, Wolves, and Crystal Palace. Still yet to register a win. But yeah, let's just write them to the next day, Sunday. No?
Wait, there's one more game.
No.
All right.
The highlight game. Oh, wait, this wasn't the highlight game because...
It's a highlight game for us because
it's a highlight of your life.
It highlighted my weekend.
The group chat was bussin'. Let's just say that.
Nah, I mean, I will speak to it. This was, I think, I don't want to say we lost this game from the beginning, but I think this was honestly a lot of the responsibility goes on Arteta. I think he mismanaged the starting lineup. You know, I understand wanting to put your experienced, kind of balanced players out there, but I feel like this was a game to start Wanieri, our 18-year-old attacking midfielder who's supposed to be our backup for Odegaard. And in those first 20 25 minutes, we didn't look like we were creating anything. We had the ball. It just looked so stale. Miguel Marino, Rice, Thomas Partey, they're so good defensively. We weren't creating any chances. So this didn't. I believe that if the game had stayed 11 against Bournemouth, we probably could have come out on top. I know Bournemouth are a tough team. I think I predicted 2-1. I figured it was going to be a close one. Yeah, I think it just some of the players were not up for it. I don't know. Like, obviously, I think you guys know Arsenal hasn't been on their game compared to last season. Well, I'll get to the red card. It was a bad pass back from Trossard, who has been playing that number 10 role, to fill in for Odegaard during this game. It just did not happen, and I wasn't sure why there was so much movement. It wasn't to introduce new players, and it was a bad pass back because it was a pass back from our own player, the Bournemouth player who would have been onside, was onside, and he was able to get through. Saliba basically no choice. I think it was such a quick decision. In the context of how the game went, I think if he had just let him go and just let him score, we probably could have at least gotten a draw out of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the man down, it was going to be hard considering our creative options were so limited. Like I said, and that's another thing with Arteta. I think he got wrong. I think he made the substitution to put a defender into the game, rebuild that back four. But I think he could have gone with a back three. I mean, we have Ben White, Gabriel was still on, Calafiori was still on. Could have gone with a back three, and then Sterling has the pace. He could have put on Martinelli on the other side, and we just try to keep them on their toes so that they're not pushing up so high. But yeah, instead he puts in another defender. And then we get caught out, and then on a corner while we're still shifting things around. And then the second goal, penalty, another bad pass back from the player that was subbed on, which then eventually gets subbed off. I think Arteta was trying to make a point out of it because it was kind of lazy pass back. Yeah, at the end, like, I just feel like he wasn't ruthless enough to try to go for the win, regardless that we were a man down. And not to say we wouldn't sit back; we were open and we attacked. But like I said, our creativity was just not there. I think it's almost like a good loss. I feel like it's gonna like wake us up a little bit,
reset.
Yeah, because I just feel like we've been so. I mean, aside from the game for like Tottenham and Man City, where you're just kind of like up for those games, you kind of have to be on your game. I don't know. We've just been kind of dull.
You know what annoys me? Because we did something similar during a Europa first game. It's when that defender, that center back gets beat, just leave it up to the goalkeeper at least. Don't get that red card because give him a chance. If you do something, give him a chance. Exactly. That goalkeeper could do something. And like you said, it's so early in the game. We had the same situation. I think it was under 10 minutes. We plenty of game left. Like you said, if you have that full team, that full 11, who knows what can happen? But now you're, so that you don't look bad and you don't look like you got beat, you're gonna, foul someone, and now you get rewarded a red, and now you just cost your whole team instead of just goal.
I would have faith in Raya, honestly,
especially Raya, especially how he's been
that 1-on-1, and sometimes maybe the striker would move to the side, beat the goalkeeper, do a kick it in, and you know how many times the defender has came back and saved it off the line. There's possibilities, or he could have missed it, or get blocked, but you have to leave that opportunity.
Sometimes these guys kind of freeze and kick it right at the keeper. And if they score, then okay, at least you still have your starting 11. You still have a fighting chance,
right?
But that does annoy me.
Such a quick decision, I think. I don't think. First of all, like I said, the player was offside had it been a pass from a team from his own teammate, but because it was one of ours, he had already the advantage on Saliba. And the touch was so soft, honestly. He just he didn't even, it wasn't a full tackle, but any touch at that point is going to be a foul.
Yeah.
You could blow on somebody and then it'll be a foul. So, yeah, I mean, I think Ben White was on the other side. I think he might have caught up to him or at least put enough pressure on him. Like I said, I would have taken my chances with Raya, but it was just so quick. Yeah, it's kind of. I think some of the blame does fall on Saliba. Composure sometimes, mentality kind of builds into it. But at the same time, I don't think he was expecting that. The player was ahead of him.
He was in the right spot because he was. He put that forward in an offside position.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's that pass. I think that pass is what you can blame Saliba a little bit. once, but that pass, there's nothing he could have done. He was just backtracking at that point. And
yeah. But yeah, like I said, this season we've been dull in the attacking. Like I said, even at Tottenham without Odegaard, I know you feel like we probably sat back, but honestly, we just didn't have a lot of options, and that's why it makes me upset that Arteta's not playing this other kid. And every time he puts him in the last 5 minutes, and he lit up the place. He was like all over, making passes, making runs, taking shots. But at that point, it's too late. You're 2-0 down 5 minutes out.
It reminds me of
Mainu.
Mainu.
Yeah.
He made it all the way to the English squad and everything, but he got his chance and he started, doing his thing. And I feel like it's almost like he's not trusted, but why not give him a chance? Why not see what you got, especially when you have all these injuries, get a feel for the rest of your squad.
But speaking of the truth, I think Saliba was like, I got to get out of this Sunday game. I don't want to be. I do not want to face this.
Yeah.
I do not want to.
He wasn't going to make the starting 11.
And I got to get out of this. I got a dentist appointment on Sunday, so I got to get out.
Mickey Van de Ven had a better chance of making that combined 11 than he did.
Oh, please.
Well,
the first loss of the season. So you know what? It was going to happen eventually. I wanted Man City to fall first. All right, so next game, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Oh,
Chelsea.
Wow.
We're not doing the Wolves.
Oh yeah, Wolves is first.
Oh, we'll do it.
Oh yeah.
We'll do it.
Oh yeah, I was going bottom to the top. Sorry, I keep getting confused because the first earlier days here.
That Arsenal loss has messed up his mind.
It's funny how he gets so confused.
Sorry about that, guys.
He gets so confused when Arsenal lose, but when Arsenal win, he's on top of it.
Now I know how you guys feel losing every other week.
You should have called it. You should have called in a sick day.
He goes Sunday the 20th, October 2024, kickoff at 7. Names every little thing, but no, when they lose, it's Saturday.
I think we're going to have to work on our hosting abilities, Alan, because I don't think he's going to be able to keep this up, especially next week.
Oh, okay. Clip it.
Clip it. Go, I'm giving you ammo. Take the ammo. And I hope I'm right. I pray to God.
He's only clipping what I say.
Someone's got to be cocky, bro. We got to open up. All right, man. I'm going all out. I'm saying we're winning.
All right,
but we'll save that for later in the episode. I still got my Chelsea game to talk about. But let's go with Wolves and Man City.
All right. So Wolves, Man City. Wolves. Oh, they almost had it.
Yeah.
And where's the celebration police again? Last minute winner against Wolves, who yet to register a win, and no one's like, "Oh, he has a little too much. You haven't won anything."
But that VAR call,
it's close. It's a little dirty. I don't know. Watching that, the way he,
I feel that there's interference in a way.
It is right.
It is. You can't let the goalkeeper can't move around because you're in front of him. I feel like there was interference.
This is what I heard that makes the most sense to me to make this a legal goal at the last minute. Before they go take the corner kick, when they take the corner kick, there is no offside position. No player is offside, right? So when he's pressing up against the goalkeeper, he's technically onside. Once they take the kick and the person who makes the header makes a contact, at that point, Bernardo Silva was already back onside. So even if he was blocking his vision or whatever, he was already out of the play, so he didn't count. So that's what I heard on TV, NBC Sports, that explained it to me. So I guess technically it's fair play because it's like, you're allowed to kind of make a little bit of body contact.
It wasn't a little bit though.
No, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. Dark cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Arteta learned it from?
And I think Man City is feeling the pressure. And I feel like they're beginning to crack, and they just they're starting to look a lot more dirtier. Like they just look dirty. Like now they're just scratching to win anything. They're fighting dirty, and you're just like, bro, it's your time. It's Spurs. Here we go. They're
playing dirty on the field and in the court.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that draw, man. I thought that would have been a huge win for Wolves, and for the table as well.
Yeah. I believe in Wolves, so they're going to turn this around.
I believe in Wolves. Yeah, I think they have the right players.
I might just become a member. I don't know.
Yeah, why not? You're joining every other team.
They're the best team at the bottom, and I feel like they shouldn't even be at that far at the bottom. But it's like, man, what's going on? We were talking about West Ham, questioning their manager, but Wolves are like, oh yeah, they're on point, and they just have to win. and no one's talking about their manager being sacked, even though they haven't won a game.
Yeah.
But
I just think they look good. They're scoring.
Yeah.
But I'll take Wolves over West Ham. I just think they have a better chemistry. I think they're more competitive than what West Ham has shown.
That's true. Yeah, they show fight. They show like they're willing to win. They go for it.
Yeah.
They go for it. But all right, so another team that went for it this weekend, Liverpool against Chelsea. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. Cole Palmer, I think he was still in international duty. It was nowhere to be seen.
No.
I think he had one shot off target. That's it.
Yeah, Cole Palmer went cold. What can I say? Playing at home is what I expected. I said 3-1. Almost, though. Your main players, Salas went up and scored. He keeps scoring against the Big Six. He shows up in the Big Six games.
It was the worst penalty given to Liverpool. Mo Salah, all he does is score penalty. It was a soft one on Curtis Jones. It was a soft. This score line should be 1-1.
I mean, it like I said, it depends on the ref, but it is what it is. It was a goal. Salah, of course, clutch in penalties, scored it. It was great. Going up 1-0 in the halftime. Curtis Jones almost had one. Could have been a penalty kick, but you got to give Sanchez credit for making that block. And I think Curtis Jones just held the ball too long. That's his thing. He got to get over that mentality. He just holds the ball a little too much than he needs to, or else that would have been a goal. That should have been a second goal. Beautiful pass by Darwin Nunez to set it up. VAR ruled it a clean save, no penalty. And then, Chelsea comes in, scores right off the bat. But then again, Curtis Jones shows up. Beautiful cross from Salah. I was afraid. I thought Curtis Jones messed it up, but he was able to get that last touch.
He took
that touch, and it was too close to the goalkeeper. But that, last minute touch, send it to the corner. Beautiful. I was happy with it. I just think everyone showed up, played. Gravenberch played an awesome game. Darwin Nunez, it sucks that Jota was off, but Darwin Nunez did what he needed to do. He had more tackles this game out of all the players. He was a forward and he's running back, making great saves, making defensive plays. That's what you want to see. It sucks because I think Darwin Nunez, the money we spent on him to be a goal scorer, he's not really doing that. But I feel like he's more like a Roberto Firmino, where he's just going to run down and just help everybody. You're getting your worths. You're getting worth from him. He helped. Everyone played well. Kelleher played well. Trent Alexander, everyone talks about his defense, but he played well. I think everyone just showed up, and this is hopefully a good start and momentum for these 8 games that we got coming up, which are going to be brutal.
Yeah.
But it's a good win against your rival. We get points. We're still at the top. Can't complain.
Can I read something real quick? Bournemouth, currently 10th after Sunday's upset of Arsenal, were the highest ranked team in the Premier League table to have been beaten by the Reds. So you guys beat Ipswich, Crystal Palace, Wolves. Interesting.
Yeah, so
I just think there's a phony on top of the table. That's all.
phony on top of the table.
I mean, I gotta say that this win was a good win, but 2-1, that's pretty close. The penalty got taken back, and you guys scored with 1 penalty. So, I mean, I did expect this. I predicted a 2-2, and it almost was that. So I don't know. This was a good game. At the end of the day, you just got to get the win. However,
right.
However it comes, right?
What? We don't do dark arts like Arsenal. We won the old-fashioned way by scoring goals.
But penalties, yeah,
penalties.
We also got 1 penalty taken away from us. But whatever. When you can keep 11 players on the field, this is what happens. You win.
Just trying to make it fair for you guys. Just trying to make it fair. You know what I mean?
Fair.
We don't want to win it by January. What's the fun in that?
Oh, yeah. With what? You guys can't even keep your players on the field. They want to hit the showers early. I'm going to go get a red card.
Yeah.
I got a big, important game coming up. I'm scared.
This Sunday, we'll let you score the first goal just so you can feel important. And you could give Darwin your "you helped" trophy.
Well, the one that the Spurs is going to let us borrow that trophy.
Richarlison has done better than Darwin, so. But Chelsea, okay, I give it to you. Chelsea is a good opponent, and you guys beat them. I just think you sound very confident, and I get it too. I like to be confident. I like to say things with my chest when I talk about Tottenham, but you sound very confident about Liverpool, and to me, maybe I got to watch more of their games, live, but I'm not convinced. I'm not.
Of course, you're not going to be convinced because I'm your rival. You don't want your competitor to be better. But if you listen to what everyone else is saying, like hosts on NBC and all these on ESPN, they didn't think that Liverpool was going to be title contenders. They were probably think it was going to be a two team race. Honestly, I thought the same thing. I thought Liverpool was just going to be in the third, but we're doing well. But we've also placed. You have to remember that we also played in Champions League. We beat Milan at home.
So everybody else is playing. A lot of people are playing European. During the week, and
yeah, but we're playing against teams that have won titles, and they're just in their leagues. You're playing against Moldova, Belarus teams. What are you going to win after that? The competition is different compared to what we're facing, and yet we've managed to win. We've only conceded 3 goals. We have a good. Our team is healthy. And like I said, we have good coverage compared to your
Alan,
team.
I'll get you an Arsenal jersey for this weekend.
No.
I'll get you one. Don't worry.
A 0-0 draw, and I hope people get injured. Well, no, I don't like asking, praying for people to get injured. But
wow, clipped it.
I just said I don't.
No, but I just think we've beaten Man United, but I'm not considering them a top team yet. We beat Milan, we beat Chelsea. We've shown fight. We've shown Arne Slot has shown teams. Yeah. And who have you beaten? You've beaten Man United. You wouldn't count them as a top team as well. You faced Arsenal, you lost. You faced Brighton, you lost.
No,
he's not comparing. He's not comparing.
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying there's don't.
I think Alan's saying that I don't think you've come up with you hadn't come up with a like to like challenge yet, and
we're gonna see it we're gonna see it this 2 months. And that's why
we have like 5 injured players.
Well, whose fault's that?
The other side.
There you go. We have injuries and we have red cards. Well, whose fault's that?
I need better friends.
We lost Jota and we got Darwin Nunez. We put him on. We lost Alisson, our best goalkeeper, and we put on Kelleher, and he is showing up. Kelleher was injured too, and we got our third string goalkeeper, and he showed up and helped out. There's no point for excuses. Went to our third goalkeeper. It's the same thing.
All right, no excuses. Clip it.
We just got to wait. I'm talking a lot, but I know it can backfire. And this week, I got a couple more weeks of hard games coming up. So I'm talking now because I might be quiet later.
So
but we'll see. That's the thing about soccer. This is what's going to show us if we're going to be title contenders or if we're going to stay in first or make a run for the title. We've won away. We've managed to win away, and that is great. And that's what you need to do in the league to get points, to win titles. And I think we're on the right track. But again, we just beat Chelsea. We have to face more top teams, and we'll see if everything I'm saying is true, if I have a right to be cocky, or I'm just going to become a mime and be quiet for the next couple weeks.
All right. Should we get into Combined 11?
Yeah.
All right.
Woo. Remember, I don't want to have to say this again. You cannot pick any Spurs player, no Tottenham player. I know you want to. They're off limits. No Kulusevski. I don't want to hear Kulusevski. I don't want to hear Van de Ven.
I'm scared that as a Tottenham fan, you're not going to pick any Arsenal players.
No.
Okay.
I'll be even.
But remember, this Combined 11, we're not allowed to have anyone who's injured or suspended, just so you guys understand why certain players are left out.
Yes. So don't at Randy if Saliba's not in there. Okay, it's not his fault. Are you going to moderate, Alan?
Are you going to be the deciding tiebreakers?
All right, so here we go. One more time, I explain the rules. Combined 11, no Spurs players, please. If they're suspended, you can't pick them. If they're injured, for sure, you can't pick them. If they're questionable, we'll consider that. You guys pick a player, and then I'll be the tiebreaker. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
All right. First on the list, goalkeeper.
I'll be fair. I think Alisson gets into this, but as far as I know, he's injured. So if we're discounting him, I'm going to go with Raya.
I agree with Pat. I was going to say Alisson, but since he's injured, I would have to go with Raya as well.
All right. I think that's a clear winner.
Yep. I
think I would have said Raya as well. Let's go to right back.
You would have to go with Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's improved in defense, and you know what you're going to get from him. You're going to get assists. You're going to get awesome passes. I think he's world class. I just think he would make it into most teams as a right back.
I'm gonna go the same. Longevity will play a part into the remainder seasons. I think Ben White's obviously gonna eventually outlast Trent, being a younger player. But as of now, I think Trent still offers speed, assist, crosses, just beautiful crosses, and even though I think Ben White's super solid right back, I think Trent, with the knowledge that he has, he's a decorated player. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'd say Trent as well.
But it's funny because when I picked Pedro, everyone's like, "Well, you can't talk about his assist. You can't talk about his offensive."
Who is that?
Pedro Porro, the best right back in the league.
Never heard of
him. It's funny, but yeah. All right, so we got Trent in the trenches. Let's go center back.
I'm gonna go with Virgil van Dijk and Saliba with a different name. He'll get into the game anyway. And I'm just gonna say, I think I'm gonna go with Van Dijk, and I'll go with Gabriel. I think Van Dijk, obviously captain, one of the best center backs the Premier League's ever seen, and I still think Gabriel gets over Konate. I think he's got fantastic header. He's been as good as Saliba has been. He just doesn't get the PR. Yeah, he just doesn't get the media behind them. But I think he's as good as Saliba, and he might score a goal this weekend. Who knows? So I'm going to go with Van Dijk and Gabriel.
That's your honest opinion, and of course I respect it, but I have to go with Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Based on facts and ratings, they are the best. They're the top-rated defenders in the league.
Alternative facts?
Your alternative pack is on the bench. He's at home right now. Virgil van Dijk and Conte have the better defensive ratings than your defenders, which I don't even see them on the board, honestly.
How many goals does Konate have?
He does, but he has it in the Champions League. Okay. But the thing is, my players can stay on the field. And yet, like I said, we conceded less goals than you guys have. So I just think those pairing in the long run are better suited for this.
All right, Alan, what do you think?
And no Romero, please.
Oh, then why am I here?
For comic relief.
Trust me, if I say this, because if I talk anything about Arsenal, I hate them, right? But I feel like Gabriel has influenced a lot more games this year. I'm giving it to Van Dijk and Gabriel.
There was a close matchup anyways between those two. I knew it was Virgil van Dijk was going to be in there, but I mean, just because Saliba is out at the moment, Rossi probably picked Saliba and Virgil van Dijk, but...
Yeah.
Really? Because I think I feel like I still would have gone with Gabriel over Saliba.
I would consider that too, because this season, Gabriel, I feel like, has been better than Saliba this season. But yeah, I mean, so that's why I feel comfortable going with Van Dijk, Gabriel.
I do think Gabriel has influenced more games.
I'll get you a jersey.
I think. I hate this. Just kidding.
I honestly, I think we could skip left back if you want. I think we're gonna go. Who are you gonna go with, Randy? Left back.
Who else? Robertson.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way just because we've had a lot of inconsistency there. So I feel like it would be unfair.
They weren't giving. You guys were talking highly about Timbers, and that's where he plays, or?
Well, I think he's injured right now. And so it would have to be Calafiori, and he's in reality,
he just got injured games.
Too. I think he got injured too.
I think he'll be in. He probably came off with but who knows? Who knows?
If Timber was back, does he stand a chance, or is it?
I think he does.
So
because I think he's better than Calafiori. Calafiori.
I thought you were talking about Robertson.
No, yeah, Robertson. You think he would take this starting position over Robertson?
I think he could. Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Or he would.
He just doesn't want to say no, so he's saying he could.
I feel like I haven't seen enough of him to say fairly. You know what I mean? Also, I don't watch like every Liverpool game. You know what I mean? But I watch every Arsenal game, so it could be that could be my bias.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was gonna say, to me, Timber seems more of like just defensive, and I think with Robertson, he seems more balanced between defensive and offensive. I'm not the manager of this doo-doo team anyway, so. All right, let's go. All right. How should we do the midfield?
So I say we go defensive, box to box, and attacking?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll go with defensive.
All right, let's go. Let's defensive.
Party.
Well,
why?
I think Gravenberg has been having a better season than Party.
Your laundry's done.
was a lie. That was a lie detector. I heard Randy say it went off.
Oh, good luck.
I'm going party.
Of course you will.
Gravenberg's too new. He's too baby.
He's too baby. This is his second season. I mean, he was here last season, but he's done better. He's improved. He's one of the top defensive.
But improve doesn't mean
that's not even his position. But he's right. He makes the important passes. He
Why are you yelling at me? I don't put him.
But I stay with Gravenberg.
I don't like Thomas Partey, but I'm gonna put Partey.
Why? Because of a goal?
Not a goal. The tackles won. The clearances. That's what I would want for my defensive midfielder. All right, let's go box to box.
Rice, baby. Rice, baby.
Declan Rice.
McAllister.
Let's hear some arguments. I want to
arguments.
See what you guys
McAllister has been.
You want to clip it?
Oh,
yeah, I want to hear some.
Well, McAllister doesn't miss a game. All right, let's just say that he doesn't get red cards. I just think McAllister has been playing well. He does what needs to be done. He's always running back and forth. He's helping out everybody. I just think I see him doing so. I think he has a much better impact on a team than what Declan Rice has.
He didn't even start against Chelsea, though, did he?
No, but he came on later during the game.
So he doesn't even get in over Curtis Jones. Well, you gonna put him in the starting lineup? That's my argument.
Curtis Jones scored. Did Declan Rice score?
He scored many.
But
you're arguing for McAllister, who didn't even start against Chelsea, who's supposed to be your biggest challenge up until now. I would think Curtis Jones is a bigger argument. I don't know. I think Declan Rice is like so complete. There's a reason why he went for so much money. I mean, if Arsenal wasn't going to grab him, City was going to grab him. And I feel like if he was playing for City, he would arguably people would say he would get into any starting lineup. But
so you said because he's so complete, he went for so much money. You can get someone so complete for less money, like McAllister.
I don't know. He's all the way there. I mean,
kind of agree.
Because McAllister only went for like 25 million. I don't think anyone else was looking for him.
And yet he was a steal.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because there was no other bidders.
No, I think McAllister is a lot better than what you're making him out to be. I feel like Declan Rice becomes a starter on most teams. And I think McAllister would be... I don't think he would make it onto as many starting 11s as Declan Rice right now. And I don't know. And I don't know if it's just the eye test or...
Don't get mad.
What?
This one's tough. I'm looking at McAllister's stats, and they're actually better than what I thought they were going to be. I think I'm going to give it to Declan Rice.
That's fine.
Randy's like...
But I know who the next one is.
Because there's no one else for him over there.
For attacking? Yeah, no, I think we're shot, man. Because it would be Trossard, maybe. But I don't think he gets over McAllister as a 10 or Szoboszlai as a 10. Right, yeah.
No.
Just because, I mean, it's just like you said, just due to the injuries you have. I think it would be much more difficult if there was Odegaard still involved.
I mean, in an attacking third, I feel like it could be probably all Liverpool here, but we'll see. Let's take it spot by spot.
I don't think you're far from the truth. All right, let's do that right winger.
I mean, do we have to say it?
Yes, say it.
I had to say it.
The Egyptian king, Mohamed El Neni. Nah, man, Mr. Salah, Mr. Penalty.
Mr. Penalty, what?
Mr. Penalty.
Mo Penalty?
Yeah.
Whatever. He's going to score a banger, and it's not going to be a penalty against you.
Oh, okay. Clip it. Yeah, I mean, Salah, one of the best players the Premier League has ever seen, too. I mean, probably one of the reasons why Liverpool has won 2 cups in the last 20 years. So...
Must be confused with Arsenal. But no, okay. I agree. I mean, basing on the stats alone, nothing against Saka. Yeah, he's great, but I think just Salah has his number this season. I mean, the season is still starting, but so far Salah has 5 goals and 6 assists compared to Saka, who has 2 goals and 7 assists. I just think Salah is so much more of a difference maker on the right wing.
You think he's more of an impact player?
Yeah.
He's a big game.
He can keep that. Yeah. He shows up against this big six. When he has the ball, he uses his body to keep defenders off. He's quick. I just think he adds a little more to the team than Saka does at the moment.
Yeah, whenever he's inside that box, you're just like, man, hurt him.
And they're just a different team without him too. I mean, not to say that they're not a good team without Salah, but without him, it's a different team.
He's got a good. I don't say he's automatic, but yeah, when he's
all right. So Salah, let's go. Salah
going striker.
Let's go left wing.
Left wing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Martinelli just because. But to be honest, I feel like Luis Diaz takes it. He's just kind of on fire.
Why'd you even say Martinelli? You should just.
Because I don't think Trossard gets in, and Martinelli, he's good when he's good, but when he's not on form, it's just like
you don't have to vote for your own players. You could have voted.
No, I'm saying I'm just trying to see what options there are, but I just don't think. Like I said, I'm still voting for Luis Diaz. I think.
I agree. I just hope you pick Martinelli because I was going to pick Diaz, and then I know Alan was going to pick Diaz regardless. So I just wanted him to have the final say. But I agree.
I think that's fair.
Diaz is just been a different player since coming back from the Copa America, and yeah, I mean Martinelli, like you said, it when he's on, but he hasn't been that consistent lately.
He hasn't been.
Nah.
And
he
Diaz
just scored today.
Yeah, I mean, but they took it as an own goal.
Yeah, it like bounced out from the keeper.
Yeah, but that's I think that's stupid.
He was our best, goal. But I'm just saying he was probably man of the match while we thrashed Shakhtar 1-0. Wow, no laugh. Okay.
No, they're in the middle of a war. That is rude.
I said we thrashed Shakhtar 1-0.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, it was
don't worry, we sold one of their players for free.
All right, so we go on a striker?
Right. Yeah, striker.
I'll toss him my guy, King Kai, because I don't know what you guys got. Jota?
But he's injured. I was gonna put him in, but
if we could just move things around, I would play Saka at the wing and I place Salah as a striker. But if we're going position, I'll put Kai in there.
But the thing is, too, like, yeah, Salah can play that position, but he usually plays on the right wing. But I actually agree with you, and I put Kai Havertz in the center as well, just based on numbers.
Does he get a goal on Sunday?
Oh, you're playing at home. I think so. I think you do manage to score a goal.
Does he get a red card?
Raya gets a red card.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and he gives us a penalty, which Mo Salah will hit, and then there you go. You're down to 10 people again. Yeah, but I have Kai Havertz.
Okay.
So, are we good with the lineup?
Read it over.
All right, here we go. Let's review this. All right, we got at goalkeeper, David Raya. At right back, Trent Alexander. At center back pairing, we have Van Dijk and Gabriel. Left back, we have Robertson. Defensive mid party, box to box, Rice. Attacking mid, Silva Sly. Right winger, we have Mo Salah. Left wing, we have Luis Diaz. And at striker, we have Kai Havertz.
That would win the league.
It's better. That's better than the Spurs Arsenal lineup, and we have some injuries.
No way.
No, I don't know. They would be good. That would be good to head to head.
So, with that being said, I think we still have a few things to take care of.
Speaking of rivals, I think we should go into our mini league. Some of us got points.
Yeah, someone came.
Some of us got points.
0 points.
Yeah. Did you get points, Pat?
Yeah, what points did you get?
I got nothing. I got lucky that I got so many in the early that I'm still ahead, but that was a terrible weekend for me.
I just needed one more goal, and that would have had 6 points.
How many did you get, Alan? One?
Yeah, because you got one.
But I was close.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were close.
So
we were all close.
I got close points.
Yeah, we were all close. I was close to getting 6 points, man. But
yeah, you were. So what's the highlight game for this week? Is it going to be Liverpool Arsenal?
Yeah, or else you want to go with the Sakako, whose job is on the line.
I would, but I think if this week needs to be a good game. So
yeah,
Brentford. All right, we'll do the trash can derby. Arsenal versus Liverpool.
So are we doing predictions now?
Yeah, predictions.
Oh God!
Remember, you
starting.
can vote against your team as well and still get points.
Yeah. What matters more, your pride or winning?
I'm gonna lean on my healthy lead on the mid league. So I'm gonna go. Wait, why don't we let Alan start? Because he's a neutral party.
Yeah.
We need to voice a reason.
This yawn fest of a game. I want to say the scoreline will be 1-1, but I don't think the struggle bus has yet to reach Liverpool. I think they would come out of this 2-1 over Arsenal.
Wow.
I
Clip
think.
it.
Clip it.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. I think the state of Arsenal isn't the best right now. Liverpool is coming off that Chelsea win. They do have some Champions League game, but yeah, I think Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. I think back-to-back defeats for the Gooders.
I'm gonna say that Liverpool do. Salah does gets a goal. He always scores, so he does get one. But I think Arsenal are still gonna come out on top. I'm gonna say Gabriel gets a goal and Kai Havertz gets a goal. 2-1 to the Gunners, and we take first place. Manchester City lose to Southampton, and we win the league.
How do you get first place? You still end up with 20 points, and Liverpool's with 21.
Dark cards, baby. We got this. 2-1.
Alan, do you have another ticket for that train? Because I'm jumping on it. I believe it's going to be 2-1 Liverpool as well. I just think we have the momentum, and you guys are dealing with an injury crisis and a suspension right now. I just think it's not a good look for you, especially playing at home without Saliba, who's a rock. I just don't know who your other center back is going to be. You don't play attacking football because of Odegaard's out. I do think you'll manage to score a goal, but I just think Liverpool will be too much. We have momentum. It's going to be a rough night for you guys at home. 2-1.
We haven't lost at home,
Liverpool.
I don't think yet.
But Liverpool has been winning. We have won all our away games. And like I said, you guys are dealing with your injury and your Saliba's gone. I just think Raya is going to be able to block some, but I don't think he's going to block all of them. I just think we're going to be a little too much for you guys at home.
I think the Saliba, the injury, I think that's what leans the needle towards Liverpool. If it wasn't for that, I could have seen a draw or a 0-1 to either or. I think Liverpool got lucky on this one, playing this team. So I think the struggle bus is going to start soon. It's just not this match.
Well, it started for Arsenal. It's going to keep going for Arsenal.
Maybe we turn it around now because we already hit us. Wait, so what did you say, Alan? You said who's going to win?
It's going to be Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1.
Okay, so you guys both went 2-1 for Liverpool. I'm going 2-1 for Arsenal. So we'll see who shows up and who doesn't next week.
I hope we win because I talked a lot of shit.
I know.
I probably should have said more, but
I kind of wanted to just go against Liverpool because of all that smack he talked, but I'm trying to win both tables.
Well, someone's got to do it, man. We're rivals on the pitch. We got to live up to the name.
True. You know what? Arsenal are gonna end this Liverpool consistency. We're gonna rock you for a couple of games. You're gonna lose 2 in a row after we smack you. How's that?
Clip it. Ellen is like clipping everything. Everything is on record right now. You better make a good intro when you lose, all right, Pat?
But we're not the only ones.
Ooh, that's right.
Who has something on the line. So Sunday, October 27th, Crystal Palace yet to win their game. Is this going to be their first one? 10 a.m. taking on Spurs.
And they're at home.
Is Eze going to show you up?
Eze's coming to the stadium, bags packed. He's going to go up to Ange and say, Ange, Mr. Postacoglu, you know, the number 21.
Can I get a ride to North London? I want to join a team up there.
No, he's going to be like, do you have room?
Get on the struggle bus.
Mister, do you have room on your team? And he's like, Ange's like, all right, mate. Come on, mate. Get on the bus, mate. And then, he's going to come with us. We're just going to kidnap him and Crystal Palace and be like, oh, well, there goes Eze. And then we go to win the league. My prediction for this game is going to be 3-0 Tottenham over Crystal Palace.
Wow, cannot wait till you lose this game. I can't.
No, it's not. This week's not about me. No. Save that energy. You guys use it for each other. I get a bye week. I get my little cruise under the.
You don't get a bye week. You get Crystal Palace, who are dying to get their first win.
It's not about us.
It's an important game for you.
It's about this City starting 11 and the garbage derby between these two teams, Arsenal and Liverpool. Don't worry about us.
All right.
Let us do our own thing behind the scene.
We do have some other good games coming up. Another team that could get their first win, Man City against Southampton. Pretty even.
I hope so. That would be the cherry on top.
I think Wolves get their first win. Put that on paper. Wolves get their first win
Against Brighton.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Chelsea, Newcastle. Looks good.
Villa and Bournemouth should be fun as well.
Everton, Fulham should be good. Fulham, I think, take that one. And then El Sacco, West Ham at home against Manchester United. Who wins this one? I think Man United win the game, but their fans lose.
Because they get another day with Hagen.
But they're gonna be like, oh, 2 wins in a row. Here we go. And then he
gotta be careful. Man United is 2 points. 2 points behind Spurs. Manchester United.
It's early in the season.
You're looking behind. You're looking behind. They're on your tails.
Nah.
Okay.
Man, even though I would like West Ham to score and win, I just think Man United are going to find a way to keep Eric Hagen
They will.
happy and keep his job alive.
All right. And that's an episode. Thank you for tuning in. We are Rivals on the Pitch. Make sure you go to Instagram, Rivals on the Pitch. Check out our content. Hit that like button. Follow us. Hit that auto download on Spotify or wherever you hear our podcast. Make sure you share us with a friend. Tell us what you think about the starting 11, what changes you would make, and tell us why you think Spurs will win the league. All right. Tune in next week. We'll be covering this rival matchups. And we'll be going over the match 9 results, and we'll go into match week 10 and the mini league.
Yeah.
And that's it for us. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Choo choo.